Raid Shadow Legends, welcome to the video. Send us some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. Today we're going to take a look at an old school champion, an OG epic, Crypt Witch, magic affinity, kind of damage dealer debuffer from the Knights Revenant faction. I actually pulled her in my building a random team with whoever I pulled from Sacred Shards video that I released on my main channel last week. That's on Raid Shadow Legends. I'll try to remember to link that video for you guys in case you missed it. But Crypt Witch was one of the champions, so let's go ahead and take a deeper dive into her kit today. Is she viable at all here, again, 5-6 years after she was released? First, some shout outs to you guys. We have Bella Sid, a bunch of champion requests here. I've done a few of these. I think I've done a Richtoff. I know I've done a Richtoff. I've done a Soul Drinker, but a lot of recommendations. I really appreciate you guys leaving them. Mike Fat White Guy says Inquisitor Shamil and Crypt Witch. Inquisitor Shamil, I have a guide on, but maybe an updated one would be in order. And again, coming in, Lady Erish, Crypt Witch, and a few more to name as well. And then again, Bella said, we have the Lugan, the Steadfast. Maybe we'll do a Lugan guide in a week or two here on the channel as well. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it here. And thank you all for your champion guide requests. Keep them coming. I'll try to keep doing shout outs at the beginning of every video if I can remember. Let's jump into the game. Take a look at Crypt Witch. All right, guys. So like I said, Knights Revenant, epic champion. She's the first one on the old roster here. And she's got that, you know, she always stuck out with me because of like her little avatar image here. She looks pretty cool. The actual champion design, I don't know. I feel like it's not bad, but it's really not on the caliber of some of the new ones. You can tell she's kind of one of the OGs. How do you guys feel about that? I like the aesthetic, but the polish level, I would say, the detail level, isn't quite like we see on some of these new champions out there. But either way, she looks pretty cool. I like the helm. I like the armor and lack thereof. And yeah, pretty good attack-based champion. Her base stats are all right. She's kind of glass cannon. She is a glass cannon. 1421 on the attack is not bad for an attack-based epic. 98 speed, about average or so. Defense pretty low. HP very low. She has speed and faction crisp by 20%. She's definitely a champion, I'll just say right out the gate, that you can use in faction wars at level 50 without books, right? That might be the extent of how you want to build Crypt Witch on your account, but you guys can be the judge after you see her, you know, full spotlight in today's video. So, Fetid Steel, her A1 ability attacks one enemy, 30% more damage if the target has any buffs. Really nice. It's also ignoring shield and block damage. So it's a nice A1. The multipliers aren't bad on it either. The books kind of suck. It's 4 books and they go all to damage, but the good thing is it can deal some damage and it's built to take down tanks, right? 30% more damage if they have any buffs and ignoring shield and block damage. There's not a ton of A1 ignore block damages out there in the game, so it's nice to have one other than like Helicath comes to mind, but it's really nice. Block damage is becoming more and more popular, especially if you get towards the end game with Odins all over the place. So it's nice to have that on the Fetid Steel. It's quite a good A1. Dismantle on the A2 is a 3-turn cooldown when you book her. If you don't book her, it's a 3-time at random. Well, it's a 3-time at random on a 4-turn either way. 100% chance to place a big version decreased defense for 2 turns. Each hit also ignores 15% of the target's defense. So again, we're kind of doubling down on this nukage, this, you know, just raw glass cannon attack-based kit here. It's nice to have the decreased defense, big version on a 3-turn cooldown at 100%. It's not nice to have it on a 3-time at random. However, it can be a very dependable decreased defense against bosses. Obviously, those 3 hits are going to go to the solo boss in those circumstances, so she can be a great decreased defense against single targets. Not so fast. Attacks one enemy on a 4-turn cooldown. Again, the books go right to the damage here on the A3. Will ignore 50% of the target's defense if this champion has speed higher than the target. Very interesting here. Ignore 50% of target's defense is very, very good. Again, she is an epic tank killer, right? Kind of an old school tank killer. They actually gave her a buff years ago, changed this around a little bit. It used to be the opposite. She had to have lower speed. It was really dumb. But now it makes a lot of sense. We want to build her to, you know, Stone Skin in the arena is a must. She's too squishy to keep alive unless you have like a Necrot the Great or something like that, right? But she's built to kill tanky units. And she's pretty one-dimensional, right? Very squishy, can deal some damage, and that's her kit in a nutshell. That's it. Don't need to overcomplicate it. I am curious, though, what they reviewed her now that the review's reset. So basically a 4 out of 5. So it's like a 80 or so, give or take. I think that's a little high personally. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our multipliers really quickly. They give her a 2.5, which is a, I guess, 5 out of 10 here on hellhades.com. Area rankings, yeah, I hate to say it, but I kind of agree. Now, the cool thing is, and you'll see this, she can smack, you know, like in that very niche situation that you need to take down a fully shielded Marichka or something like that. She can be great, you know, but it is a little one-dimensional. The other, again, use case would be a damage dealer. She can do well, even though she has no proper AoE. She can do well in wave situations. You'll be impressed with the damage that she puts out. I'll show you that in just a moment. We have a 3.4 multiplier on her A1, which is really good, considering the extras that we talked about, right? 30% more damage in addition. It's a really solid A1. On the dismantles, a triple hitter with a 2.2. It's a weak overall damage grading. I would disagree. I mean, I'm not sure. They're putting it through some formula. But 2.2 times 3 isn't that bad considering we have ignore defense built in there, right? It's not that bad. It's not going to blow you away, but it's not awful. And then a 4.5 with a potential of 50% ignore defense on the A3. There's not many epics in the game that have 2 ignore defense abilities. Crypt Witch is one of them. Does it make her amazing? No, but it's, it's something, right? It's something. All right, let me show you how I have her built. I actually built her differently on the spotlight that we did on my my pulling random shards or random champions from Sacred Shards video on the Ash raid that I referenced earlier. I had her built in speed gear. And I decided, you know, upon playtesting her a little bit more, I decided she really needs, if you really want to get the full utility out of her, which is arguable, right? You don't want to be wasting your lethal and savage gear usually on mediocre champions. But if you wanted to min-max and see what Crypt Witch really had to offer your account, you're going to want to go lethal or savage, or maybe a cruel, a speed, and a cruel, like 2 speeds and a cruel, whatever. A perception, a speed, a cruel. All of those 2 pieces are great for her. We really want attack. We want crit rate. We want crit damage. We want accuracy if you want to land those decreased defenses on the A2. And we want speed. We really want to ignore that defense on the A3, especially in the arena. So Stone Skin. If you don't have her if you're not going to be using her at all in the arena, you're just early game, want to take her to level 50, use her in Faction Wars, I would not stress Stone Skin. I would, however, put HP on the ring. I probably consider putting HP or accuracy on the banner. Give her a little bit of survivability, and HP flat stat is going to be the way to do that, right? So that's fine for PvE, but you've got to keep her alive, right? She's very, very squishy. So we have her with Stone Skin, thus we went heavier into the attack. She'll be alive for a turn at least. Attack on the ring, crit damage on the amulet, ideally with crit damage ascension as well. We want accuracy on the banner. If you don't care about the decreased defense, you might have decreased defense already covered on the squad that you're running. No worries. Just go with attack or go with HP flat stat for survivability, whatever you need there. I went speed with speed on the boots. I mean, it's going to be a great option. Let's go ahead and glyph this out a little bit here, right? Might as well. Get a little bit accurate. It's actually pretty nice boots. Yeah, well, screw it. We have 16, 6 stars. Of course, I get a 3 out of 8. We're just going to leave it there. I have attack percentage on the chest. I have crit damage on the gauntlets. And again, I'm looking for speed where I can find it. That being said, she's not super fast, but 247. I would be aiming in the arena, you know, as you approach gold 3, gold 4, gold 5, especially, and beyond platinum, you really want her over 250 speed. You generally just want to prioritize speed for that A3 where you can get it. So these are the total stats that we're rocking here today. I already talked about stat priorities: crit rate, speed, attack, crit damage, accuracy if you need it, if you want it. I have Unholy Grail. Basically, we're looking for a relic that has attack as a first stat, right? She's not a champion that you're going to be, you know, dying. You absolutely have to put a relic on. Most of you are going to be using her without a relic at all, but I figured I'd throw something on her, right? I went Phantom Touch. I like Phantom Touch on her kit. However, you could absolutely go with Cruelty or Crushing Rend if you wanted to as well. Keep in mind, she has a lot of ignore defense, so you can kind of double down on ignore defense with Crushing Rend. That'd probably be, you know what? I'm actually going to switch over because I have her at 6 stars anyway, right? That will make a big impact when we get to PvE with her. So if you're going to be running her in PvE, go with Crushing Rend. Otherwise, Phantom Touch is totally fine. All right, Masteries. We did not change these Masteries. It's an arena build, but it'll still work in PvE as well. We went support tree. Want to pick up, obviously, the accuracy Masteries. If you're not going to book her out, go with Sniper. If you're going to book her out, just go with Master Hexer and instead go with Methodical and Kill Streak on the offensive side of things. Ruthless Ambush. She hits very hard, so Cycle of Violence is a fantastic. Generally, when a champion has a really hard-hitting ability, right, and she has one on her A3, we definitely want to pick up Cycle of Violence, right? And I'm a big fan. Some people are kind of take it or leave it on Ruthless Ambush. I'm a big fan of this mastery as well. So that's what we have, ending with Helm Smasher for more ignore defense on Crypt Witch. So there we go, guys. That's all of her gear. I give a few different recommendations as well. I want to start out before we go in the arena, and I want to show you her in wave content. This is Centranos Hard. So I have her with Negorio, who's a great nuker in his own right. And then I have Miscreated Monster to keep them alive on this squad. It's kind of a DPS check here, right? So I think we'll be okay with Miscreated, with Frank kind of doing his thing. I kind of want to slow it down a little bit so you can see her moves here, right? So unfortunately, we're going against Force Affinity here, but that's her A1. I mean, really nice. Or was that her A3? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go in. I almost feel like restarting here, taking it manual. All right, so that's the A2. I mean, did a great job there. Not so much against what's his face? Why am I totally Royal Huntsman? Royal Huntsman. Why am I totally forgetting my man's name there? Goes in, weak hit, but still finishes the job there. That's her A3. Good damage there. Good damage. Keep in mind, we do have that 6-star Crushing Rend on her, though. Go in wave 3 here. Let's see what she can do. Goes in A1. Not bad. Not bad. Negorio's AoE. Good damage there, but you're going to, again, let's speed it up a little bit here. She's just going to A1 with Provoke. You're going to be pretty impressed with her numbers, what she can do here. She's taking a punch or two. Kind of staying alive, just barely. Would love for her to get a turn. Okay, those burns and that weaken. She finishes it off there, and she ends up dying at the very end, which is unfortunate, but we got there. Let's just see what the damage was. Of course, Negorio is going to get a little bit extra in here, but overall, you know, you really want the, so, you know, hanging with Negorio, she probably would have had a little bit more than he, damage-wise, had she stayed alive at the very end. But damage, I mean, that's solid damage. It's just solid damage, but she doesn't have an AoE decreased defense, you know? The triple hitter, it's just not reliable enough, right? But she can be useful, and the reason I wanted to show you on this Awakening stage is she can deal some damage, right? Even without the AoE, especially if you have to go manual in certain areas. If you're like, you know, take her level 50 and you're just at a wall somewhere, you can go in with that A3. Again, the downside, though, is raw damage with no control, no dependable AoE, you know, debuffs. It's very limited viability or versatility here this late into the game. You know, there's like a lot easier to get better options than a Crypt Witch than it was way back in the day where, hey, even that decreased defense big version on 3-turn cooldown was a big deal, right? We had Rosin. We only had a few champions that were even available. So when you get a Crypt Witch, especially in areas like Faction Wars, it was significant back in the day. Not so much anymore, unfortunately. I do want to go, just for the hell of it, I want to go against Demon Lord here. I want to slaughter, she's Magic Affinity, though. And we're going against Force. What a bummer. What a bummer. Well, she could be, you know, let's just try her anyway. Screw it. Now that I've teased you guys, let's burn some gems. Let's put her in here. I have a guide coming on this champion very soon. So stay tuned, excuse me, for that. Or stay in tune, too. Why not? When you're singing out there, make sure you stay in tune. All right. Let's do a quick battle. I just want to see what kind of damage. Can she one-key this for us, even against Force Affinity? I imagine she can. She's a great damage dealer for Clan Boss, you know, for Progression Clan Boss. So, yeah, we barely do it. I mean, 70 mil is one key, and she does a pretty good job, I guess. You know, she brings decreased defense. That's nice. So does Krisk in this team, but she could be your decreased defense champion and your damage dealer. So kind of like a very, 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 very mini Rosin or Gintoro or something like that. Okay, Anax, Fane, kind of like one of those champions a little bit. Brings a little bit less, but still same idea. Let's go into the arena really quickly before I let you guys go. All right, what do we have here? Let's go against an easier team. I have just all speed with a debuffer, right? The cool thing is with her, though, we don't necessarily need the debuffs. She hits hard enough, but it's going to help, right? So I'm going to start off here with just the A2, but again, it's at random, so we don't know if we're going to get Still the Drakes, their reviver. So I screw it. I'm going to start with the A3. The cool thing is we know she's faster than the Still the Drakes. So watch, she's going to deal some insane damage and pop off the reviver. 199,000 damage. Really freaking good. Really good. Your Carl freezes her. I burned my revive too, so I'm kind of scared of Rhonda right now. I guess I didn't have to be super worried about the revive, to be totally honest with you guys, because we do have Lydia on the team, so we could have just went in with the A2, but it is what it is. I want to show you the damage regardless. She loses her turn to the freeze from your Carl there. We're going to go in and try to pop off. There we go. There we go. Block the revive, at least from Cardial's revive on death. And then, unfortunately, we're going to have to kill him again. But that's fine. We could do it with Crypt Witch's A1 ability. Here we go. Boom. All right, not bad. Her A1 does hit fairly hard. Let's go against this squad here. A little bit of a tankier team. I might end up... no, I was going to say I might end up taking Lydia off the team, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, let's try the A2 this time. Because, again, we'll block the first... Ooh! I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. That was pretty solid, you know? That was pretty solid. I mean, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's go in. Now we can go in. So, Force Affinity here against Pythion. We do have a block revival, so I'm going to get rid of Mithrala first. 72k easy. Let's just go ahead and speed boost here. Dealing with some major petrification right now. Not ideal. Let's give her the instant turn just to get rid of the petrification and get her back to her turn a little bit faster. Pythion is an absolute tank. He is a machine. So can we kill him before we can revive the team? Probably not. Let's see. All right. Can we get her in here? Just her A1. Yeah. I mean, not bad, but definitely not what we're looking for exactly here. All right. Now she's going to get a chance with her... Oops. That was my bad. Let's go. Okay. Let's go with her A2. Again, situations like this. Triple hitter. Okay. Instant turn. Give her A1 again. Boom. It's just... It's the affinity here, guys. You know? Normally... we would take care of basically anybody at this point, and we do take care of them. Hey guys, look at this. Look at this team I found. It's full of block damage, right? Alaz has his A3 with block damage. Helikath has his A3 with block damage as well. They've got a Loki on there as well. I'm gonna go A3. We're gonna start with the A2. Alaz is so dangerous, but we might weak hit. So I'm gonna go A2 instead. And we get Helikath and Sun Wukong. Now I'm going to turn meter fill with Arbiter here. And we're going to try to lock out. Oh, man. We just popped him off. And now we just got to kill Loki. That should be easy enough. We'll deny the revival on Sun Wukong. Oh, Loki, I hate you. Man, Loki is the worst with his evade, man. Or the best, depending on what side of the fence you're on, right? Let's block active skills on Monkey King. Come back in here. AoE, kill Loki, and then let's end Monkey King. Hey, not bad, guys. Not bad. Overall, I think we can cap the video there, guys. Overall, I feel like she is... I think that Hell Hades has it right on the website. I think she's a 2 out of 5, maybe a 3 out of 5, just depending on what you need, you know? I would not advise 6-starring Crypt Witch, unfortunately. Her damage is decent. I like that she has 2 ignore defense abilities. She can be helpful in wave content, but unless you're just, you know, endgame, you're trying to help your clan in CVC, you're just burning your resources or whatever, I probably would not make a recommendation to take her all the way to 6, to book her all out, just for a little bit of ignore defense, where frankly, you can get that in a number of different places inside the game. So guys, let me know if you agree or disagree with my assessment on Crypt Witch. Overall, not my favorite champion in the world, but she can smack a little bit, which is nice. Fun to have to try out different champions though in the game. That's why I do this channel. So keep your champion god requests coming. Have a great day, and as always, take care, guys.